Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? So, today we are going to talk about what is Taurus and why it ended up in the skies. Not only speaking about the history of Taurus, but we will also speak about what is the relation or the things that we have to learn and to take from the archetype of Taurus in this new age of Aquarius. Yes, and remember that we are talking about archetypes. We are not talking about the personalities of those who are Taurus people. So first of all, let's try to go into the most related history that we have to the Taurus. Taurus is bull in Latin, which is Taurus. Taurus means bull, the masculine of the cow. And it's very important in our history, in our also modern history, because the origin of our civilizations, of the Mediterranean civilizations, the Middle East civilizations from the north of Africa, the Mediterranean Sea, with all the islands, all this first these first civilizations that settled the basis for our civilizations today, were based in the era of Taurus. The era of Taurus began around 5,000 years ago. So the constellation of Taurus was in the sky in that moment. So that's why all the people in these territories of the Mediterranean Sea that were related, and also in the Middle East and in the East, related to that period of time, celebrated time and wealth related to the kings and the queens with the bull. So the bull, this animal, was the one representing all these civilizations because of the constellation. That's why today we have some countries that still has this tradition of celebrating things with the bulls. Well, of course, that today we call that the bull, Taurus, but in the beginning was not only the Taurus, it was also the cow. The cow was also a very important part of this constellation, because we have to take into account both sides, the feminine and the masculine side of this constellation. So the bull and the cow. And in order to understand why this constellation was so important, we have to remember, as always we say, that we name the stars according to what is happening on the Earth. So we relate that to the skies. And it's very important also to remember that the reason why we name the stars is because of agriculture. Okay, remember that before humans started to become spiritual or to look for transcendental answers and looking into the skies, what we people used to do was to try to survive, to look for what to eat. So everything that we now have as spirituality, as mythology, philosophy, whatever, is basically related to the basic needs of the ground, the earth, what to eat. So once said this, we can understand later all the other mythological explanations. So remember that in the first time when humans discovered agriculture, they were first using the hands. I don't know how you say it in English, but there is this sewing technique with your hands. Like you just put the seeds like this, like flying, you know, throwing them to the ground so they can grow. But of course, the birds eat the seeds. So they found out the way to carve the ground, make a hole, put the seeds, and then cover with the soil. So in this way, they understood that it was better, so the birds wouldn't eat the seeds. So they started to use other tools to carve the ground and so on, until they created the arado. ¿Cómo era? El arado. Me sale. Oh. Until they created the plow. So when they created the plow, they were able to handle much more land, but the population started to grow much and much. So they started to they begin to need much more food and much more land to harvest, to work with. So because of this, they started to use some animals to help with strength. And the bull, the cow, were the first animals that they tried to how do you say it? Train? Yes. They started to train, and they started to domesticate. Tame. Okay, to tame. So they started to tame the bull and the cow. So they were able to handle bigger lands and to plow much more, and so they were able to have much more food. So whoever has a cow in that time was rich person. So they had much more food, much more resources. So the cow and the bull became like a symbol of wealth, because the bull has the strength to handle the plow. Also was a symbol of fertility, because it fertilized the cow so they could have babies, and those baby cows were eaten. And they were used by their meat and the bones, and as tools, and the leather for clothes. All these tools, and of course the cow was used for to produce milk. They could make cream, cheese, and butter, and all these kind of things. So whoever has a cow or a bull, they would have a lot of wealth in that time. Okay, it would be rich. So it was a symbol. It was a symbol of the kingdom, of the people that had much more resources. Okay, so it's because of this that it's because of this that the people related the bull and the cow as a gift from the gods, because they would give so much for the people. So it was like kind of a gift. And of course that during the time of the hard work, they were helping a lot with strength and its power and all the food that they produce for the people. So that's why they 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 consider these animals like sacred, like really good. Remember that the bull, that for that time there was no religion, there was no faith, it was only food. So whoever has much more food, whoever has much more resources, was the better person. So we were not working on meditation or transcendence, we were just trying to survive. So whoever has the resources whoever has the resources uh, to be safe, to eat every day, to sleep quietly every night. So these people were kind of the followed ones. Okay, so it would take a while until the people start to put the psychological aspect into the image of these animals. Like when that time arrived, they put the image of the bull in the skies, so they could know that in the period of that constellation, we had to work, because the bull represented the um, the how do you say, the strength, the will, and so on. So psychologically, as for the bull, we started to relate the concept of um, will, strength, going to one spot, to the point, and hard working to get somewhere. For the cow, in the feminine aspect, we relate it with the um, with the abundance, with the food, with the one that gives everything that we need. So for that time, they started to consider psychologically the attributes for the bull related to the will and to go straight to one point, because they needed to handle the plow. So they would open the ground, the earth. So it has to have a goal and objective and just go there, okay, straight there. That was the masculine point of view. And in the other side, the feminine point of view, the cow, was related with the mother, because the mother was the one giving all the information, the mother was the one giving all the products for a whole civilization. A human mom can give to their own sons and daughters, but the cow was related with the animal that represented the mother um, for the whole civilization or the whole population, because the cow was giving the meal, the meat, the milk, the cheese, and everything that we needed as a population. Okay, so they started to relate the cow with the mother of all. So because of this tradition of the cow being the one giving all the meal to the population of a civilization, they related the universe, the one that gives everything to the humans, to the world. They give the same image. If the cow gives us everything as a civilization, so the universe is also a cow giving us everything for this reality. So they put the image of the cow in the skies And they said that everything that is there, the stars, are the shining of the milk in the space. So, so that's why in Greek language they call everything that was in the skies the milk, which in Greek you may say galactos. Galactos means milk, and that's the name of galaxy. That's why we call it galaxy, and everything that is galactic that we call from the skies, it means made out of milk. And that's why the path of stars, our galaxy, we call it the path of milk, that is the Milky Way. So this is why in the skies they set the bull, saying the universe is someone that pushes, okay, that pulls, that set energy so we can move ahead. And also is a cow, which is the mother, giving us everything. Everything that we need is given by this mother universe. Everything is here for us, and we have to figure out how to use it, but there is everything. Related to this wealth that the cow and the bull were giving us, remember that whoever has more cows, whoever has more more strength of the bull and more abundance of the cow, were much rich. So they had much more wealth. So that's why they can have a house. They can have a castle. Okay, so they have a lot of things, and everyone kind of wanted to be like them because they had so many things. They had a lot of wealth. So this is why the cow became like a concept related to having a house with many things inside. And the most important things inside, for sure, were the grains of what? Of wheat. Wheat is the most important grain for history. So this wheat is like gold, and then shiny, and then they took the gold also in the mineral. So this is like the shiny. This is like the golden seeds and the golden mineral. These two represented the wealth of the house. But in the sky, this wealth was represented by the sun. The sun is the gold of the sky, is the wheat that gives energy. So so because of this, the people started to say that the universe was also like kind of this big house, because the cow was giving so much wealth to the whole universe that they understood that the universe was the biggest house, and the sun was that gold, that light inside. So they started to relate the sun as this wealth inside the house of the cow. This is why they started to draw this image of the light inside of a house to speak about the wealth of the universe. In Egyptian tradition, house is Hat, and light is Hur. So Hat Hur is the name of the cosmos, is the name of the house of the light, where the sun lives. Okay, so this is why we may have heard the name of the goddess of the cosmos, which is Hathor. Hathor is Hathor, which is the house of light. So for the Egyptian tradition, there was not many gods. There were attributes of the divine. Remember that the Egyptians come from the traditions from the Atlantean civilization, and and this tradition is speaking about the attribute of the cow, which is the one that gives everything to the creation. So that's why they related the universe with the feminine body with a cow face. It's a cow face because not because the Egyptians believed that there was a goddess with a cow face and they honored the cow face. No, they honored the concept of the universe, and in their language, they had the way to explain that with symbolism. Imagine like in 5,000 years ahead, someone would read something like, I don't know, universe, the word universe, and they would think that we were honoring the letter U because universe is spelled with U. So if U is the head letter of the of universe, maybe they will say they were honoring the letter U. No, in the ancient times they were not honoring the cow or a goddess with the face of a cow. They were trying to summarize the universe in the concept of that being that gives everything, which for them was the cow. So from this story is from where the archetype of Taurus begins and comes out. The relation between the Taurus constellation and all this story begins by the house of the sky, the house of the cow, the great house where everything is produced for everyone, the food, everything that we need, everything that we expect from the universe is produced in the house of the universe, where the cow lives. So that's why the main symbolism of Taurus is the house where everything that we need is based in. Everything is there, everything that we need to survive. Remember that Taurus represents the physical, the body of the Trinity of Earth. So this represents that the body has three needs, main needs: to eat, to sleep, and to produce. This is the main thing for Taurus, to produce what we need. Where? In the body, inside the house, to be comfortable, settle inside this huge house that we call universe, and being in a physical body, we will be trying to eat, to sleep, and to produce. The main things. So the archetype of Taurus represents the hard work, but not like Capricorn. Taurus is the one that has a goal and works hard for it and finish it to take the benefit, to take that at home. Everything that Taurus is working for is to have stuff for home, to build that house where it will feel safe, secure, and create this space of wealth. So all the things that Taurus does as a strength is only to get a reward regarding the three bases of all: food, sleep, and reproduce. Now we go to the emotional level of Taurus, and we will find here that Taurus is looking for feeling full, feeling quiet, tranquility, and feeling loved. So Taurus is not only related to the people of Taurus, it's related with the physical body. This is the physical body related to Taurus. All of us, every one of our bodies are the Taurus aspect of ourselves. So what Taurus is telling us is that this body is the temple that feels, that perceives the sensations that we need to experience. So without the body, we are not spiritual. So the body, the Taurus body, is the one that says, I need to feel. The way I can perceive and take information from the environment is by my sensations. So I need to eat, I need to rest, and I need to feel the body, to how do you say this? To feel affection. Okay, the affection, caresses are the way in which the body perceives and nourishes itself of information. So the body needs pleasure to understand that it's nourishing properly. Because if the body suffers, it's not the good energy. But if the body feels pleasure, the body will be ready to allow the spirit to live plentifully here and now. That's the reminder that Taurus makes to us. So the body needs to feel the mass, the matter. Okay, it needs to feel this reality in order to feel fulfilled. The sensations, sexually, eating, sleeping, everything. If being in your center, you allow yourself to enjoy the pleasures of life, what you are doing is to allow the energy that you have inside of you to expand the spirit, because the spirit, the soul, is energy. So if you allow the pleasure to be felt in your body, the spirit will be expanded in your body. This is the teaching of Taurus. So love is energy, is based on sensations. You cannot think about love. You have to feel it, experience it, perceive it with every one of your senses. That's what Taurus is saying. Love was materialized in our body. So only through our body we can reach love. That's what Taurus says. So the key that we have to take from Taurus for this new age of Aquarius is that Aquarius is air, is up there in the head, is all ideas. And the whole era will be about let's do new things, let's change everything, and so on. But usually the archetype of Aquarius is like, don't touch me, I don't like to be touched, so much space in between one another. If you want something with me, I will send you a WhatsApp, but don't call me. I will just WhatsApp you. So Aquarius is so in the mind, so up there, that is very impossible for them to allow themselves to feel what they are doing. And Taurus is a very important energy that we have to activate in us if we want to be coherent in this new time, because otherwise we are going to be always in our expectations of what is coming and not enjoying what we have done. So Taurus is telling us, enjoy the touch, allow yourself to taste the food, taste the air, touch the other ones, allow yourself to give caresses, to receive caresses, so you can enjoy what you have accomplished, what you have here and now. To be much more sensitive. So remember that the best technology ever created in the history is the human body, the biology, which is the territory of Taurus. So if we know how to handle and how to enjoy the physical body, we will be able to understand the best technology that Aquarius could discover in this age. So if we are unbalanced and our Taurus energy is unbalanced in our body, so we will only live through the pleasures of life. We will only believe in what we feel, well, what we see. We will only be attached to the things that helps us to feel secure, to have a house, to have a work, to have a partner, to have enough money, to be rich if it's possible, and only based in the physical aspects of the reality. And nobody, don't bother me. Basically, it's don't bother me. This is the perfect life, and like trying to sleep, being lazy, not willing to do much, growing, nothing, just. And of course, that the Taurus energy comes like a stubborn people, like is, I see this, I want this, I will get this, and I am attached to what I feel and my own point of view. So stubborn aspect. And of course, that in the opposite side of Taurus, we have Scorpion. And Scorpio is the one that comes to the Tauro person and says, you know what? Anything that you see is real. Everything is a lie. And when you die, because for sure you will die, nothing that you have, you won't be able to bring with you anything that you are. You will be alone. And of course, that's the hell and the horrible nightmare for Taurus.